Welcome to another episode of last week's Comics Today. It is currently Christmas Eve morning, and I read all of these books Wednesday night. My wife has been sick, so I had some extra time on my hands, and yet I'm still recording this Saturday morning like usual. So there is a bunch of stuff I have to do. Let's talk quickly, hopefully, about some comics. And we're going to start with Boogyman issue 4. This is, it's a kid on the run from some boogeymen, and it's called Boogeyman singular, but it is really many boogeymen. They are after both the kid, somewhat the dog as well, but mostly this guy. He is the all-powerful boogeyman. He's an elder boogeyman. Art is phenomenal in this. Look at that. It's so good. And at this point, it is issue 4. I don't know. I haven't yet seen the Ablaze solicits for March. I feel like this might be a 6-issue series, but maybe I'm just making that up. So I don't know if this is ending soon. It kind of feels like it's wrapping up. It also feels like it could go on for a while. So I've honestly no idea. And I once again wish publishers would just say, hey, this is a miniseries, or it's an ongoing, or it's going to run for as many issues as it possibly can. We don't really have a plan. It all depends on sales. I wish publishers were just forthcoming about that kind of stuff. But anyway, it's great. I'm still enjoying the hell out of this. And oh, I was making a point like a minute ago. It's 4 issues in. At this point, it might be easier just to wait for the trade instead of trying to get issues 1 through 3 of what I imagine is a pretty low print run book. So, it's great. I very much enjoy it, but it might be harder to get than Marvel. So, it's great. Still loving it. Mary Jane and Black Cat issue 1. This is a 5-issue series. Thank you, Marvel, for at least telling me that much. It is a tie-in series to Dark Web, which is an event that I am not reading. I have no intention of reading it. But demons have, well, you probably know as well as I do. Demons have come to New York. There's a big clone thing going on, clone and hell and whatever. It's Jed MacKay writing more Black Cat plus Mary Jane, and I've been enjoying him writing Black Cat for the last few years. Honestly, it has lasted far longer than I ever expected it would, but it's great. His writing of Black Cat is wonderful. His writing of Mary Jane, though more limited, is also excellent, and there's a pretty amazing scene in this with the two of them, and you may have also seen the headlines about Mary Jane. Look at this. Them two swinging through the city. It's pretty amazing. You may have seen some headlines about Mary Jane. I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm going to keep reading, and I assume we're going to find out. So I'm still enjoying this. I don't know what else to say. DCeased. Issue 5 of 8. Look at this. Once again, they tell me. Thank you, DC, in this case. We get some Black Racer right on page 1. Oop. I just skipped to a page that has a spoiler that I've been keeping from you for months. Let me see if I could find another piece of art I could show you. I'm going to show this off. It's a pretty devastating scene. So the Lanterns and Superman come to the aid of a planet in need. I'll say that much. And there's this great series of text boxes talking about Superman, talking about the symbol he represents, and then this is pretty devastating. This Supergirl who has been infected just train wrecks everything, and it's pretty spectacular. Oops. Spoiler. Oops. This is it's good. It's still good. I still think I like volumes 1 and 2 better than volume 3 thus far. I'll see how it ends, but it's still good. And there are still things that I'm keeping from you that happen in this. I mean, there's yes. Yes. But I think probably next issue, the cover of that is the thing that I've been keeping the longest. So at that point, it will no longer be a spoiler, and I can fully talk about it. But this is... Oh, there's the Spectre. The Spectre does something that I don't know that he should be able to do. Maybe next issue I'll talk about that too. But the Spectre, seen here, does something that I don't think he should be able to do. But whatever, it was... that should lead to a fight next issue too, and that, yeah, I'll talk about things next issue, but still good, possibly not as good as the first two, which you should be able to get, and I highly recommend. World's Finest, issue 10. I skipped issue 8, I believe. I came back around because I saw Joker in issue 9, but I wasn't really enjoying this Boy Thunder arc, and you may have also seen some headlines about this. And there's just something that I want to say about him wearing purple and green that I commented on months ago, and turns out I was right. So, also, this is overall pretty good, but it starts with Joker asking questions. He's torturing, really. What's his face? And what is his name? Danny? I don't remember. But, this guy. And he's asking about real names, and I'm like, why would Joker care? He's never... The versions of Joker that I enjoy most don't care about secret identities, so I don't know. This opening sequence rings hollow to me. Other than that, it's amazing Dan Mora art, and there's a surprise at the end. There's this cool thing. And I still don't know what's up with this guy, but we do get an origin story. It might have helped if I read that issue that I skipped, but that guy, the Key. Anyway, it ends, let me see if I can skip to this without spoiling something. It ends thusly. And that surprises me too, because again, maybe I haven't been paying attention to the solicits, but I thought this was an ongoing. I don't know if they mean the arc is concluding or the series is concluding. I guess maybe I'll do some reading, and if I figure it out, I'll put it in post. BRZRKR, issue 11. This will end next issue. Unfortunately, that issue is coming out in March, and the final arc in general has had some massive delays between issues, so this will read better collected. Many things will, but it's especially true here because you won't have, I don't even know how many months gap between the first and last issue. So, I really liked the first arc of BRZRKR, and then it was, again, thankfully, known from the beginning it was going to be a 12-issue series. The first arc was great. It is 3 4-issue arcs, and this last, the final arc, has, I don't know, not been great in my opinion. It gets very, not necessarily decompressed, but less has been happening as far as character development and story progression, and the gaps between issues as things get metaphysical has been harder to maintain what was happening. So I don't overall recommend BRZRKR. We'll see if my opinion changes with issue 12. We'll see how it ends, but I can't. It's not what it once was. Anyway, I don't recommend it. I can't. It's not as good as it used to be. Up next, we have my first Witcher comic. Dark Horse has been doing Witcher comics for years. I am a fan of the Witcher books. The show is alright, and I have not, and probably never will, play the Witcher video games, despite Dan trying to get me to do that for years. I don't remember the lists for this. I believe it was saying that it was an original story, so it's not an adaptation of something that happened from the books or the game. That interested me. Also the art, which I think is fantastic, interested me. So I grabbed this. She looks great, by the way. I imagine there will be some twists in this, as there are in most Witcher stories, but you could probably guess who she is. She goes by the name Red in this. There is a wolf, you can see there, that is not to scale, by the way. But it's really good. I very much enjoyed this. Again, 4-issue series. Thank you, Dark Horse. But I will be adding this to my pull list for sure. I want to know where this goes. I found it very enjoyable. And if you're into, well, The Witcher specifically, or more generally, sort of twisted legends and fairy tales, then I also recommend grabbing The Witcher. Read the books. Books are great. Lastly, there is Kroma issue 2. I believe this is a 4-issue series. I don't remember off the top of my head, but Image has let that be known. There is one thing I want to show off right here at the beginning. So she is up on a high platform, I'll say, right? And there's this rope there. She winds up going off the platform. You see that the pole is even higher, so she winds up going off the platform. And then we get this swing. So she starts, I guess, somewhere up here. She winds up way over there. And, well, I'll just show this part too. So let's go. And I read this and I'm like, oh, she just died. Like, she's definitely dead. Absolutely, unmistakably dead. And yet, well, that doesn't sell it, but still, well, there's no blood. But I'm like, she should be dead. Definitely, absolutely be dead. And of course, she's not. That swing is beautifully drawn. The art here is incredible. The colors are beautiful. This is a great read. But I got to that swing and I'm like, oh, she's dead. All right, that's a twist. And she's not. So this is great. It's recommended. It's very much a society, a world that is color-based. Some of that is explained here by another character that is not her, but it's really good. It really needs to be seen. I again hope already for an oversized collection of this at some point. I think Image should do more oversized collections when the art is as gorgeous as this. So that was everything that I got this week. I don't know what pick of the week will be. I did not plan ahead. I am calling pick of the week Kroma. Boogyman is also quite good, and which is good too, but nothing else is on a level with these two, and Kroma is just a step above. So Kroma it's a great read. It is the art is just gorgeous, and despite that swing where I'm like, oh, they're killing the main character, it's an interesting swerve. This is great and highly recommended. So I get all of my books from a local comic shop. If you don't know where yours is, you can use this URL to find the one closest to you. Thanks for watching. Happy holidays. Well, I guess the holidays will be over by the time you see this, but happy holiday. I hope they were good anyway. Thanks for watching.